What is up, guys? This is the Average Johnny coming back to you with yet another average video, and today, it's another one of those videos where I'm gonna speak, but it's not gonna be like about my life crisis or anything like that. Nothing to do with that. However, I did feel like at some point I was gonna expand my channel or something, and I never knew exactly what that would be. But due to something that did occur recently, and I find it very bizarre, and I think it actually is a very important topic to touch upon, I decided that, you know what, I might express it with you guys. I don't know if you guys are going to like this or not, but I just feel like it's something that I really do have to get out there because I feel like it could be serious. It's definitely a serious thing. And it's kind of terrifying at the same time, but I'm going to sit here and discuss it with you guys now. So, something that I feel like I really need to address, something that I need to talk about and share with you guys because I feel like it can benefit a lot of people. I would say it's frauds. More specifically, when you get those text messages, whether it's on Facebook, whether it's on your phone, whether it's in any app, it even happens on PlayStation. Like, you get these messages, it seems like it's a person trying to talk to you, and then like they start saying all these weird things, and then they hit you with a hit me on my chat thing or whatever the hell, look at my pictures on this website, and then you're like, okay, this is obviously one of those little spammers or whatever the hell it is. But recently, I'm discovering that it's starting to get a little scary because these people are getting more clever and they are becoming a lot smarter, definitely a lot wiser, but there still is a couple flaws in the stuff that they do. And today what the hell, siren? Okay. And I felt like it was just important that I kind of bring up exactly what I'm talking about and let you guys know exactly what I mean by all this. So what happened is a couple months ago, I got this random message on Facebook, and it was this girl, claiming that I looked familiar, and they were telling me stuff like they were just asking me questions, and I'm just like, who the fuck is this? Like, I already suspected fraud, but me being the kind of person that I am, I'm one of those kinds of people that like to lead people on and see what else they try to get at, and it's happened in many cases. I've had people call me on my phone and then talk about, oh, you've won the lottery, and I'm like, okay, what company are you for? Their response was, the Mega Millions. That took you that long to get it? And I was just like, God damn it. But okay, back to this person. So this person, it's they're giving me all these questions. I never answer them because what I usually do is I give them completely vague answers that won't specify anything. And because obviously they're trying to ask you personal questions for a reason. They're trying to get something out of you. So I wasn't giving into that. I was giving them completely broad answers and see what else they asked. And then I started hammering with questions. I'm like, okay. They claimed that they were from the same city as me. So I asked, what school did you go to? They gave me a pretty legit answer. And I was like, okay, you got one. Where do you work? Another legitimate answer. And it started to become really strange because this person was now carrying a legitimate conversation that I was for a second convinced that, okay, maybe this is a real person. But there was obvious red flags. The person didn't have a profile. This person didn't have really, they had like a very crappy image on their profile picture, whatever the hell that was supposed to be. Because if you guys don't know, on Facebook Messenger, you don't even need to have a profile anymore. You could literally just send messages to people. So what happens is I'm constantly hammering with questions, and they had legitimate answers for every one of them. For a second, they had me thinking, okay, this could be a real person. But then, I'm starting to hammer with more and more questions. So, I'm just asking, I'm just constantly asking about all this stuff. And they sent a picture. The picture that they sent me looked kind of real as well. But at the same time, it's just like, I always cause suspicion no matter what. Anybody can get a picture off the internet and just send it to you. And I even looked at the profile picture that was on the Facebook profile, and the Messenger profile. It didn't match. Didn't look like the same person. So, red flags. Red flags everywhere. But I'm still, hammering with questions to see when they're going to quit and when they're going to give up. But for some reason, this person really knew how to interact like a human being. They knew how to text back. They knew how to make their text messages look legitimate. And for me, it was terrifying. I'm like, dude, for any other person to see this, they could literally fall for this. And I'm just like, I really wonder how long they're going to try to keep this up. And if you guys really want to know how long this kept up, almost a week. Like, I was responding just broadly, everything that they asked me, broad answers. And I'm just like, how long are they willing to drag this out? And I was in total shock. Like, I have never seen any bot or any like scammer try carry a conversation for so long, and it just caught me off guard. I was just like, dude, I'm in disbelief. I have never seen anything like this before. Like, and I even went online to see forums to see if anyone else experienced anything similar. And people usually say, well, you could usually do this, you can usually do that. If they say this, and they're probably a fraud. But then I'm like, this person seems legit, but I still don't believe it's real. So I did what any other person would do. I decided to, reverse image search. Now, I'm gonna tell you guys this right now. Doing reverse image search is a legitimate way to like see if if a profile picture belongs to somebody or not, or if it belongs to someone else. I only do it for security reasons and for actual purposes. I don't do it to like stalk people. Please don't ever do anything like that. Like, that kind of stuff does exist. Don't be creepy. If in my case I did it because I felt like, this is strange. I don't believe this person at all. And right away, caught it. It belonged to another person. It was like an Instagrammer. They were smart enough to not use someone that was from my local area. This person was like from out of the country, but they were popular online. So I'm like, holy crap, this person really kind of thought this out, but there was still a lot of red flags that was wrong with it. And I just don't, I didn't believe anything that they were saying. I didn't believe like that they were a real person. They were asking for pictures. That's another red flag. They ask you for a picture. You don't even know who they are. You've never seen them before. And immediately it's just like, no, I'm not going to send you a damn thing, But this is a bizarre thing that you need to be careful with, because you never know how. I never realized how clever these people are becoming. These bots are becoming. What if they're even bots at all? Like, who knows what they were trying to do? Because they were really carrying on the conversation for a long time. They even went to the point of asking me if I was willing to hang out. And being the kind of person that I am, like I said, I actually try to say yes. And I was going to make up a location, but they seemed pretty fixed on having it somewhere else. So I'm like, okay, this is obviously some kind of trick. This is obviously someone pulling a prank. Or it might just be someone completely trying to catfish other people. But I am more leaning on the side of this is a fake person, It doesn't work like that. So I ask, let's talk on the phone. They typically refuse for obvious reasons. They don't want to give themselves away. So this person refused phone calls. They actually did it once, but this is what happened. Picked up a lot of static on the phone call. Had a lot of static, and immediately, like, I was just like, this is stupid. Why are they trying so hard? Like, this is ridiculous. They're not gonna get anything out of me. They're not. One important thing that I got out of this, well, I mean, something that I already knew, is you never tell anybody your information. A stranger, you never tell them anything. You don't tell them they caught my last name because they found me on Facebook, but never give them information. Don't tell them where you work. Don't tell them where you live. Don't tell them who you hang out with. None of that crap, because you don't want them to know anything about you. Don't tell them anything personal about you. Give them completely broad answers that will mislead them, and it's just that's just a good way to keep them away. I mean, that's if you even think about entertaining these people. But, no matter what, whether the person is real, whether they're fake, I would never give away my information. And I already knew this person was fake. And it was just really easy to figure it out because they just gave so many red flags. And so what they did is, so then I finally I hit him with it. I'm like, who are you really? After a week, I was just tired of it. This isn't even entertaining to me anymore. Like, who are you? And they said, why would you ask that? That was the response. And then I say, oh no, this is what I did. I screenshotted the Instagram page that I found, the person who the pictures belong to. I sent it to them, and I said, you're an amateur. And what happens is the person didn't reply. I was blocked. I'm like, okay, that's weird. That's not suspicious at all. So I figured, that's the end of it. Moving on with my life. Fast forward to yesterday. Yes, yesterday. I received a text message telling me they messaged me my name. I'm like, who is this? And it was a random phone number. And this is the terrifying part that I'm going to bring up as well. It was an area code that was familiar to mine. So I'm like, okay, I recently left my job. So I thought maybe it was one of my old coworkers that I left my phone number to. I left them my phone number in case they ever wanted to talk like anything business wise or anything like that. But and I figured, okay, maybe it's them. So I said, who's this? And they give me a name that I know way too many of. It's a very common name. You know what? I'm gonna say it out loud because I'm not really giving anyone's identity away. The name was Stephanie, and I'm like, I know 20 Stephanies. I have friends from school, college, work, cousins. I know a lot of Stephanies. So I said, Stephanie what? They give me a last name. I'm like, wow, a very common Hispanic last name they gave me. So I'm like, immediately, another red flag. It's just like, okay, it's a very common name. What the hell's going on? And how the hell they get my number? Because I don't have my number on Facebook. So I found that really bizarre. So I'm wondering, how the hell is this person going to get in contact with me? And how did they, have my number? And the scary part is they started talking about how they said hi to me at my job. And I'm like, what? I don't remember talking to anybody named Stephanie. And they sent me a picture, and it's a picture of a girl. And I'm just like, okay, this one. So I did, the immediate reaction was do an image search. I didn't find anything. So I'm like, okay, this is strange. I've never seen the person before in my life. I looked at the picture, didn't recognize them. So I asked them, when did I meet you? What did I say to you? And they claimed that they met me at my job. And I asked them what job, and they got it right. So I'm like, what the hell? It's just like, this is bizarre. This is really strange. And it's kind of terrifying at the same time. How the hell does someone know my name, my number, and my job? I didn't give away, like I said, I did not give away a damn thing when I was talking to that fake person on Messenger. I didn't give away anything at all. And my profile is there's literally no information there that could tell anybody what I'm about, really. The only thing it will say is my city, and that's about it. But somehow this person got a hold of my job, where I worked, my phone number, and they know my name. So I'm like, okay, maybe it's the same bot, but how the hell did they get all that information? Because I didn't tell them anything. And like I said, the number was legitimate. It looked legit. So what I did, another thing, well, again, when you look up numbers, please don't be creepy about it. I did it for the purpose of trying to figure out whether this was a real number or not. So I go up on a reverse phone lookup, and what I found is that the number was not from an actual mobile carrier. Well, what those websites will tell you is if the phone numbers are from a carrier, or if they're from landlines, or from something else. What this one came out was a non-voice VoIP, something like that. I don't know. And I looked it up. I did some research, and it turns out those are the numbers that people create when they get those free apps that allow you to text people. So I'm like, okay, this is off again. So it might be the same person who was trying to contact me before, but now, this person apparently knows more information about me, and it was starting to creep me out. So I'm just like, oh, okay, I don't know what's going on here. So, I'm digging at this person again. I'm hammering him with questions, and they had answers for everything. And now it's just like, but the thing is, the stories were alike. The stories that the other person was giving me was very similar. And I immediately already knew, like, okay, this might be the same person, but just, different profile look, or whatever the hell they're trying to pull off. But I blocked the number, completely got rid of it. I'm not even going to respond to it. So what I'm trying to get at right now is that it's really terrifying how real some of these people seem now. Like, I was able to identify that they weren't a real phone number at all, because what the website will tell you is they won't give you really any information on who the person is, but they will tell you if the phone number is a mobile number, or if it's a landline, or if it's non-voice VoIP, whatever that was. And it will tell you the city. That's as far as it goes. Like I said, if you guys ever plan on doing anything like that, don't be creepy about it. Like, I literally did this just for my own security, just to find out if this was a real number or not, because I found it really suspicious. And like I said, it's really scary to think that these kind of people exist, and it's kind of scary to think that they're getting that much smarter by, they obviously got more clever by getting a picture that was non-recognizable, and by the internet at least. And now it's like, I don't know what to do. It's a little terrifying, I have to say, but I want you guys to be aware that if you ever get in contact with a person that seems legitimate, that claim they know you, but you've never met them in your life, be careful. Like, never give your personal information away to anybody. Don't tell anybody where you work. Don't tell anybody any of that. I understand that a lot of this is common sense, but there are some people who are still kind of naive and they don't really understand. So I'm just saying, be careful. I cannot stress that enough. Like, honestly, I am a little concerned for my own safety. Not really. I mean, I kind of know how to keep myself secure. I'm always around something, someone. I typically don't go to places on my own, or I'm typically not in a very discreet location on my own. I don't do that kind of thing, but it is really strange to when someone actually knows stuff about you like that without you ever giving away your information. It could be someone trying to prank me. I don't know, but this happened twice already. This one was the first one was months ago, and this was on Facebook. this next one is my actual phone number. So my question is, how the hell did they get my number? But that's just kind of an experience I wanted to share with you guys as kind of a PSA kind of thing too. Be careful. They're getting a lot more clever. They're getting smarter. And I've been looking up cases to see if anyone has come upon a person like this. Doesn't seem like anyone has. So, just be very careful out there when you're talking to anybody that you don't recognize. Obviously, never send pictures to anybody because who knows what they're using that for. They might be using that to pose as you and, when they're talking to trying to fool somebody else. Like, I would never give them a picture. But typically I would avoid them. But my method was to, see it, to force them to kind of admit that they were fake. But I might have made a mistake there. I don't know. But like I said, I didn't give any information away. But this is it's a very bizarre thing that we're seeing now, and hopefully people are more aware of this later on, and hopefully there's no one out there that's actually like falling victim to this or falling for this, because who knows what these people's intentions are, especially when they're dragging out conversations for so long. It just seems bizarre to me. Like, it's either a psychopath trying to kidnap you or a psychopath that's trying to catfish the hell out of you. But I'm leaning more on the psychopath, because there's all the red flags just point to it. They're using fake numbers, they're using fake pictures, they're claiming to know you, and it's just like, if it was a real person, they wouldn't lie about any of that stuff. So I don't know where to go from here, but like I said, I just wanted you guys to be aware of that and make sure that you guys are safe out there. And I pray that no one ever falls, victim to any of this stuff, to these new, like, advanced, clever people that are trying to pull this stuff off. But that should be the end of the video today. And I pray for all your guys' safety. I hope all of you guys are okay. Let your loved ones know, let anybody that you know about this, and just remain safe. Have a good day, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. Take care, you guys.